Que la que hay, mi gente? Welcome back to Two Drinks and a Ting. My name's Nathalia.
Hi, I'm Noah.
And he's my friend. He comes from Denver. He hails. And look at what he gave me. He understands my passion of trying to become a little rock girly. So he's feeding my soul with The Strokes. I was so shocked. Like, he had something behind his back when he first gave it to me. And I was just like, he was just like, I heard, and I'm just like, did he like hit my car? Like, what did he hit? Because something's behind him. And then he pulls his beautiful gift out for me. I love it. I'm definitely gonna become a rock girly now. I don't have a record player, but this is for aesthetics only. And if for you fan enthusiasts out there who likes art, yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is artwork from Jean-Michel Baptiste. He was born 1960 and he died 1988. So he is known for his 1980s neo-expressionism. Ooh, I love it. Okay. So yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm humbled of getting a gift. I didn't expect anything because it's Noah's birthday. His birthday just passed yesterday.
Yeah, it was a shit show. But it was kind of perfect. Like it felt like a high school reunion, but it didn't suck. Like I didn't feel like a loser going. It was like everybody was talking, even Eric and friend of the pod, Eric, was talking about. It was just like it's so many random people that I think my friend Dylan actually said this was like. So many random people that don't belong together. Like if we were in high school together, we'd all fucking hate each other.
Oh
like,
yeah.
But it was like you would see people talking that you would think like these people would never get along, and they were having like the time of their lives. And me and my partner Cassie, who's sitting behind the camera, we're talking about that as well.
They do not want to be on camera, but it's okay. So if you hear whispers or anything like that, just know they're back here.
But yeah, it was a ton of fun, and I got very drunk and.
That sounds fun. I love that time. Like my friends will tell you I love to live in the past. I thrive in that motherfucker. And being out in this world is bullshit. So I love when I get to like link up with people I haven't seen for in years, because then it gives you a chance to not only give them an update of what's going on in your life, but it definitely gives you the ability to relive those infamous moments in your head, like that are core memories.
Oh, absolutely. And it was like one of the first times in like a very long time where I was like, I don't want this shit to end. Like for you get most of the time you go out, you're like, oh, we're going to this concert. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, and it's like, fuck, like I just want to go home. I'm tired. Like this isn't. But maybe I was a little tipsy. I kept saying this, but I was just like, I just don't want this to end, And it felt like a lot of people didn't, because like I was like, okay, we're leaving the bar. It's like 11. I would assume that means everybody's going home. It's like, what are you doing? Where are we going? We're going to the hotel. Like, okay, we're going to the pool, whatever. So it didn't end until like 3 a.m. Like people were just drinking and smoking, and it was awesome. We ended up going through the McDonald's drive-thru with like 4 people in the trunk. Like I was so drunk I got a quarter pounder of cheese, and the guy gave me like 80 pieces of bacon on it, and I went to every single person in the room to show them how much bacon I got. Just tapping people on the shoulder.
Look at this beautiful creation. He knows what the fuck is up. He gave me a shitload of bacon.
People were like having conversation. I'm like, hey, look how much fucking bacon this guy gave me.
Okay, backstory. I met Noah at Starbucks. As you guys heard before, I had an issue back then. Majority of my friends I met were from Starbucks because I knew literally everyone who worked there, and he just became one of it. He became part of the roster. So every time I saw him, and I literally was thinking this in the back of my head, I was like, okay, Noah's coming through. What memories do I have? We had a secret handshake.
And I can't remember it, which is such a bummer because I would love to do it right now.
Like, I can't remember it neither, but I remember always seeing you over the counter and we're like, Noah, and then we would just do it. But I don't remember where it is. But that's how I know him. And then as you'll see, all of my Starbucks like interactions became genuine friendships, because it's like you choose to kind of go to Starbucks. Well, I chose to go to that specific Starbucks because that was a place I knew everyone, and it was just like hanging out after school with my friends while they're working, and I'm just sitting there and we're just talking shit. So that's how I know Noah. Noah is an amazing person, but he moved, so that dims his light, damn it. He lives in fucking Denver. his best life with his partner.
Go
And
Broncos.
he just came. Woo, football. I don't know. And he was just one day saying like, oh, I want to come on your pod. I'm like, fuck yeah. The one thing I don't do here with other people is I don't go out and ask, do you want to be my pod? Because I don't know. To me, that just sounds like kind of like ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, no, I don't want to go to your fucking pod. Like, what are you talking about? That kind of sounds like the beginning of like, I'm going to get kidnapped or murdered. But when you reached out, I was like, you want to come on my pod? Fuck yeah.
I'm a fan. I watched the one of my best friends, Lauren. She's on a couple pods now.
Mm-hmm.
And I got wind of it and she sent me the link to the first one. But I was like, I gotta be on this.
Yeah.
You know, like I really want to.
Yeah, we were talking about and it just happens to like correlate with your religion, like how you were brought up. He's Jewish. Are you Orthodox?
No.
Okay. Are you practicing?
Like it's weird. Once I had my bar mitzvah, I kind of worked in the temple for a couple years after that. I was like in the summer camp and stuff, but after a certain time, it was just kind of like this. I think it kind of goes the same way with people with like Catholic, like you just kind of like slowly stop going. But I go to, if I'm invited, like family gatherings, Passover, Seder, something like that.
So the reason why we brought you up in the pod is because I did my research because my friend, I found out that Mel Gibson wrote The Passion of Christ.
Right.
And I remember he had a scandal where he said some anti-Semitic shit.
He's not a fan.
Exactly. And I was like, you got big money from the people you don't like. So that's what populated. That's how you brought into it. Because she was saying like, yeah, I don't understand people who are anti-Semitic or why they hate certain people of certain religions. And she was like, my best friend Noah, he's Jewish. And I'm like, yeah, if anyone were to say anything to Noah in front of my face, it'd be on sight. You're not going to disrespect any of my friends, let alone because of the religion they practice. And then I posted that clip on TikTok, and some person had the audacity to message or comment saying like, oh, he's actually a very religious Catholic and anti-Semitism is justified.
Oh, that's cool. Fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Keep the hate to your fucking self.
Yeah.
We're not about this shit. So whenever that person said anything, and now with this pod specifically, I have to refrain from being reactive, how to swallow my words, and then just like report him. And I'm like, I'm not doing this with you. But that just irked my soul. And I guess that's why I told her that that's what someone had said like off camera. And then, or that's when she mentioned you were Jewish or you were born and raised within the religion. I don't know. Like, I don't like to get into deep stuff with people just because I'm not trying to fight nobody.
Right.
And like, especially when this Trump stuff came around and you find out who like people really were at that time.
I know somebody that I am not friends with. They just are in my life, and I won't say where because I don't want to put anybody on blast or just honestly like have them connected online or anything. But it's weird with the Republicans right now because they switched up really quickly with the whole like, we're MAGA, we don't give a fuck, like I'll yell at you anywhere, I'll fucking punch somebody on the street. And now they don't like Trump anymore. And because he called Ron DeSantis Meatball Ron. Of all the things that he has called people over the years, the one who's, Meatball Ron, it was like, that one's actually kind of funny, like.
That's why?
Yeah, I was talking to this person that I'm unfortunately have to be around 40 hours a week. I guess you can guess where. She was like, I don't like Trump anymore. He's a loudmouth. He's a loudmouth. You hear what he said about Ron DeSantis? And I was like, I thought you were all on board with that for like 8 fucking years.
I don't know why,
now
but
y'all switched up.
I don't know why, but based off the tone you were giving me, was this person a female?
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have had a problem when he said, grab them by the pussy, Liz.
well, honestly, like at this point, like I wish they would just say like, I just want cheaper taxes. I don't give a fuck what happens to anybody else. Like, if you just said that, at least be honest. You know what I mean? Like,
you wouldn't get as much people trying to fight you.
Yeah.
Being cheap is okay. You can be the cheapest bitch you want to be. No one's going to fight you on getting profit, but we are going to fight you on racism. We are going to fight you on this bullshit of like deportation on bullshit when half of the crime happens here are U.S. citizens. So it's just like...
Yeah, and all these like weird bullshit statistics that they pull out, like it's just like not that impressive, or like like well, if you look into it, gun laws are actually and you're just like this doesn't. If you read it all out loud, it doesn't even make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
Like
They like talk themselves in circles.
Yeah, and like the only thing that they have that's like worse than the worst part is like they're gonna vote, they're gonna go out, they're gonna support, and they're gonna like be there, and like it's really hard because like you want that for liberal side, you want that, and not to say that like it's not unfounded, but there is separation between candidates. Like there are people like other candidates much more than others, and the Democratic Party, and they want things to change, and some candidates like kind of want to keep the mainstream going, and that's not working. I mean, that's undeniable. So we have to figure out like who we want and how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Instead, but like Republicans are just like, I don't like Donald Trump. Like he's loud mouthing Ron DeSantis. But if Ron DeSantis loses the primaries, they're gonna vote for Trump.
At a certain point, it's just like, as a household income of $70,000, he's not helping you the fuck out.
Not at all. And it's like people get these like weird parasocial relationships, if that's the right word, with like these billionaires, like, and it's so fucking weird. Like you do realize that they are very willing to stomp on your throat for $1, right? Like I remember the whole submarine thing that happened.
Oh,
people were acting like they were devastated.
Damn well you didn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, dude,
like,
who gives a shit?
These 5 donated, he's right, 1.25 mil. They did that, but they're not going to give it to fight world hunger or whatever. They're not going to give it to a charity.
They're not even going to give it to testing that their submarine works.
Exactly. They're not going to do it for shit. Like, you think just because they die tragically that they're all angels all of a sudden. It's like, these people do not give a flying fuck about you. We're consumers. You're dollar signs to them. And that's the type of like reality that I'm coming into working in corporate America right now.
That shit'll change you because, like, and they always want to tell you about their story. I don't know if you have this too, but like, God fucking damn, I don't care. Like, I pulled myself up by those bootstraps. Like, no, you didn't. You got this company from your dad. I know that for a fact because it's his name.
That's the shit that pissed me off so bad. Like, when I used to work at the call center, there used to be this guy, and he was a cunt face. I really hated him with all my passion. He is the ideal of white privilege. He would be like, you need to buy a house because you need to think of your equity. You need to think of your future. You need to think of your stuff. I own my house. Da, 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 da. And then I looked at him and I was like, how'd you get your house? Oh, my parents gave it to me. Stop right there then. Shut the fuck up. Because like you said, your parents gave you that house and your parents were gifted that house by their parents. We are not on the same level, my friend. Like, the fact that you feel the need to give me unsolicited advice on how I need to protect my future really irks my soul. I usually introduce the drink that we're drinking today. I completely just went on a tangent with my friend. But yeah, Starbucks, that's how we met. Today's drink, because what is a pod without 2 drinks, is the basic rum punch. I had every intention on making my friends Blue Long Islands, but there's a lot of fucking ingredients in that bitch, and your girl got a limited bar right now, all right? Rum punch. So it's literally fruit punch and Bacardi rum. We cheers. Ooh.
Oh, it's so good to drink again.
Do you not drink when you're over there?
So we went to a Rockies game, Colorado's baseball team.
I'm going to say, who the fuck are the Rockies?
If you ever go to Colorado, honestly, it's like high on my list of shit to do because it's like they got 4 bars in there. They got a restaurant. You don't even have to watch the fucking game. Who cares? No one cares about baseball.
Facts.
So it's just
if you ain't the Yankees, bitch, you ain't nobody.
Exactly. And exactly. My dad's from New York City, and he decided to be a fucking Mets fan. Are you crazy?
Y'all still out there? Yeah. No, let me tell you this. My father, he's Dominican, and he moved to New York. This asshole has the audacity to be a Red Sox fan.
Oof. No, I don't support anything Boston. I have so much hate in my heart for Boston teams, and like.
But no, I remember because I didn't know the significance of the rivalry between Yankees and Boston Red Sox. My father fuckface. I should have known he hated me right then and there. I was in New York visiting my family. Like, you know how you get your family gifts at places you visit and things like that. I was like, what do you want? I'll get you anything. This fuckface was like, get me a Boston Red Sox shirt. I was like, okay, say less. We in Florida. So here you can get jerseys, shirts anywhere that doesn't pertain to who's Florida? The Jaguars, the Buccaneers. Like, you can get a fucking Red Sox shirt here, you know? So I'm thinking in New York, I'm going to go into fucking Hibbett's and be like, yo, you got a Boston Red Sox shirt? This man sizes me up. Mind you, I'm 13. He sizes me up and he's just like, get the fuck out of my face.
That's what's up. that's some dope shit.
First of all, I'm a child, you bitch. And second of all, he really did not give a fuck about that job.
You probably got a raise.
Probably. I was just like, I was baffled. And my mom sees me. She's like, Nathalia, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, this guy just told me to get the fuck out of his face. And she was about to fight somebody. She was like, what'd you do? And I was just like, I asked him because Poppy wants a Boston Red Sox shirt. Like, what do you mean? And she was just like, you're dumb. Why the fuck would you ask for a Boston Red Sox shirt in New York City, Times Square?
Yeah. I was in Boston but I saw this guy and he was riding his bike and someone came in in the car and they almost hit him. And he goes, hey, fuckface. Like, he throws something out there. Like, he had like some shit in his pocket that he had been holding on to. He slams the shit out of this dude's windshield. And the guy like rolls down his window and they're fighting. He's like, I will fuck you up. He turns his head and he's wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. And I said, amen. Like, that's what the fuck I like to see is right off the plane. Like, got right into, that was right in front of my hotel. But yeah, I tried to like it. I tried to have an open mind. I was like, I like to travel. I like to see things, and it's a dump, and no one should go there. But, but yeah, I tried to keep an open mind, and I'm like, lobster rolls fucking suck. Like, the team's colors are ugly. Like fuck you.
I'm such the opposite. I was a fangirl in Boston because I went to Salem.
Oh, cool. I went to Salem.
My goal was to see the Salem house from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, I gotta go to Salem because I also heard that it's very big in Halloween, the Salem witch trials and all that such. So I visited my friend. Hi, Olivia. Love you, boo boo. She lives in Boston. So I was just like,
I'm
all
sure
right.
She's a great person.
She's a wonderful person.
I'm sure she is. Olivia, I don't know you, but
you were excluded.
You're excluded. I'm sorry, but it's still fuck Boston.
She's from Jersey, so she's different.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So she lives in Boston right now, but when I went over there, wanted to try lobster bisque. Bitch was delicious.
I got into the clam chowder. I can't lie.
I hate the clam chowder.
I love the clam
that
chowder.
Shit was so gamey and so nasty. I was like, what kind of shit is this? Like, you people are straight line. This shit tastes like ass. But lobster bisque, I fuck with it. So I had lobster bisque. That was my goal. My goal was to try salmon. I'm a salmon connoisseur now. So I eat that bitch up like no tomorrow. And her husband, he is such a delight. I love you, Alex. I went there for my birthday weekend. He made me a breakfast and it was so good. It was like fruit toast from Gordon Ramsay stuff with some brie. Like, it was it was bougie. It was a poached egg with some blueberry, like, that's fucking syrup. He knew what the fuck he was doing. And I'm always like very humbled when someone thinks of me. It could be the smallest things. You made me breakfast. You made me eggs. Fuck yeah. You got me a gift. Fuck yeah. Like, I'm very like easy to like make happy. So just you letting me stay at your house, I ain't gotta pay for lodging. Say less. So like, I was just over the moon. And then that was the same day that we went to Salem. Love Salem. You went to Salem? You've been to Salem?
I went to Salem, yeah.
I'm talking to his partner. They have not been to Salem. They need to go.
I think that was another tough part was like, I love traveling with Cassie. We just like, we went to Atlanta and it was like that too, where it's just like, and even this trip, it's just like Let's do this. Okay.
But what the fuck is there to do in Orlando?
There is nothing to do in Orlando, and I don't trust.
So y'all been
cities.
going out, like out of Orlando?
Yeah, I love St. Pete and Tampa. I really do, and that's where we're staying. Oh no, don't give me that face. I love me some Tampa. I won't go to a city anymore.
Tampa is so dirty.
Oh, you're crazy.
No.
It's the best part. Yeah, I think that. For me, I can't go to it sounds so stupid. I can't go to a city anymore unless they got all sports teams. Like you got to have a baseball, basketball, and a football team, and I want to see a soccer team in there too. Like Orlando's got the Orlando Magic. Who gives a fuck? It's so crazy because like going to Colorado, you see these people like, and I mean hockey's huge. Like because it snows, and it's freezing, and you're like, oh fuck, like I forgot. Like no one gives a fuck about it. I mean, people like the Florida Panthers, but like, come on,
what? Who?
Yeah, I mean they were in the finals or whatever. They were all the way in the.
What are they?
The hockey.
That's what they're called?
The Florida Panthers, yeah. I like the Florida Panthers.
I thought they were kind of like the Sun Bears or
oh,
like
no. That's like a minor league hockey team in Orlando. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the state's hockey team is the Panthers.
Mm-hmm. They're like pro teams.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my bad. Okay.
I was telling a story last night. Me and Cassie, like we kind of go to sports games now, and I hadn't gone for a while. We went to.
Do you know sports? Okay.
They know a lot about football, and I got them pretty deep into basketball. I'm a diehard Miami Heat fan. Like it's like crazy.
I only know a tad bit about baseball.
That's
because my dad is diehard Red Sox fan. But legit, I think that's just a prereq of being a Dominican. Because you'll see all the Dominicans from New York, they're Boston Red Sox fans. And I think it's because Big Papi Ortiz, Dominican, Boston Red Sox, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
34. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why these people are so gun-ho about Boston.
I kind of fell in love with a player. His name's Shoshi, and he plays for the Los Angeles Angels. And he played for Japan because he's from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking struck out the American team and won the whole thing. Like I was like, this guy's fucking badass. Like,
ooh.
Yeah, Shoshi. I feel like I pronounced his last name wrong, so we're just gonna call him Soshi. But
yeah.
I actually got to see him play. And that was like really, really cool because and he got 2 base hits. So I was like, that's fucking awesome. We went to Utah, right? Salt Lake City.
Were there a lot of Mormons?
60% of the population is Mormon.
Did you get people trying to convert you?
No, I didn't. But I was like, I was kind of like, this place is kind of a shithole. I thought that like Mormons would be all like clean and like utopia-y,
no.
like, you know. And I was like, it just looks like Arkansas, like it's some Mississippi vibes.
Like, it's the gutter down here, bitch.
Yeah, this is a shithole. And so, but I did like Salt Lake City a lot. I will say it's a great like little nook. We go to a local hockey game, like a minor league hockey game, and there was this guy that nobody liked on the other team, and I got really into it, and I got pretty drunk, you know, and something happens to me when I sit down in the sports team, the game. I become like I know everything, but it's all no good, you know?
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Absolutely. It's nonsense. And I got plastered, like, out of nowhere, and he got thrown in the penalty box. He started a fight, right? So he gets thrown in the penalty box. And I stand up in Utah with like 60% Mormon. Everybody's super nice. I flip them off with both hands, and I scream at the top of my lungs, "Fuck you, Bagay!" And we're sitting behind the fucking penalty box, and I look around thinking like, because a couple months earlier, we went to an Avs game, and I basically did the same thing. I was like, oh shit, there's a fight. Section goes crazy. Like, they're like, yeah. So I was like, okay, this is going to play really well. And then like, it was just like, everybody's just silent. Like, sit the fuck down, you jackass.
You're embarrassing yourself. Simmer the fuck down.
And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know we took minor league hockey so fucking seriously. Like, you all should get a sports team.
That's like when the parents at the fucking Little League be going crazy. It's like, bitch, sit down.
I went to a Rockies game. We're in the second row. I don't know jack shit about baseball. Like, I know a little bit, like you said, but like I don't know. And I was completely sober for this too. We're sitting behind these old fucks too, and they're just giving us dirty looks all game. So I think I was just getting rowdy because like the Florida trash in me started bubbling out. And
you gotta ruin something.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a guy runs steal second. and I just like scream the top of my lungs just to get under these old people's skin probably too. And come on, Blue, are we watching the same fucking game? Like, where that came from, I don't know. Like,
it's your inner soccer dad that's trying to come out.
Well, at least when I'm like at a Heat game or I'm watching basketball, like I know what I'm talking about. Like I feel confident in that, or like a football game, baseball, soccer, shit like that. Like I'm not very well versed, but I'm still gonna yell.
And I've noticed that's how I am with a lot of like sports activities. Like, have you guys watched Ted Lasso?
No, I haven't.
Y'all gotta watch it. So it's just British football, aka soccer. And I don't know a lick of shit of it, you know, but my friend Stuart, he's big into football. He's English, for God's sakes. Okay. So every single time they would say something sport terminology wise, I would film it and I would send it to him. I'd be like, what the fuck are they saying?
I know two British people. It's the same fucking thing. And soccer, it's more confusing, I swear, because they have like divisions. And if you like lose enough games, you go low.
Oh yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
You like, go down. It's just like, what the fuck?
Like, it's so confusing. And they're like, oh, I watched the Premier League and like all this. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, what's going on? Aren't you just all playing soccer?
Yeah. I do have a dream of like going to like the UK or some one of the countries where soccer is huge.
I'm moving over there. Once this bitch pops and y'all hoes out here paying me, I'm moving my bitch ass over to the UK. Fuck America. You can quote me on that bitch.
I'm creeping out too. My goal is Colorado, Northern California, Seattle, Vancouver. I'm out.
Always been convinced since I was a kid. My husband is waiting for me over there. He just has a girlfriend right now, but he's gonna see me, and I'm gonna be living my best life in the UK.
But aren't you scared that the food's gonna fucking suck?
No, I feel like half of my health problems are gonna go away. Like I'm gonna be skinny because I'm not driving when I'm over there. They drive on the wrong side of the road. I'm gonna be thin as fuck. The ingredients are way fucking better. Like, I'm gonna be the skinniest bitch possible. You're gonna see me out there living my best life with my fucking British husband. He's probably even Irish. You're on the lookout, all y'all. Y'all see a ginger, you let me know.
I'd be down for Irish. My friend Fiona, she was my first friend in Colorado, have all said the same thing to me about the UK. So I was like, why'd you leave? You know, like, don't you, you know, like, do you ever miss it? And they go, no, London's a shithole. And I'm always like, damn, like, I've always wanted to go. Like, see, but I think that's anybody with anything. Like,
I think that's anybody who was born there, they're not satisfied with it. Like, people from the UK come here, they're like, oh, we love America. You only love America because you're richer over here. Like, calm the fuck down. Other than that, it's bullshit. I would love, like I tell my friend all the time, he is unfortunately moving back to the UK because his kids are going to school and they're not trying to have their children slaughtered. So they're bumping back over there. So then I like looked at him one day. I was just like, why would you come over here anyways? Like, it just doesn't make no sense to me. And he said, oh, it's just the thing you do. Like, you just come over to America and you are like seen differently within your people, like your UK friends. Like, oh, you lived in America for 5 years. It makes you something. And I guess that's the equivalent to me meeting someone who lived in the UK for a couple of years or lived in Asia for a couple of years. You know what I mean? It's like you're broadening your horizons from where you're originally from. But you have Italy in close proximity. You got France. You have paid vacations. Like, you have free healthcare.
You can take a train to all these fucking places too, like from the UK to Italy
exactly.
to France. Yeah,
it takes like what, probably $75 to go, maybe even less than that to go from a train to a place. Like, you know how expensive it is just to go from Miami to fucking Orlando?
We got the tri-rail thing.
Fuck
or
the
whatever.
sunrail. Ain't nobody want to sit in that dusty ass shit. I want to be on the Oriental Express. I want to see some beautiful rolling hills. I want to see some beautiful Swedish waters. Like, what brings you over here? What does Colorado have to offer you that fucking the UK doesn't?
We got the highest mountain peak.
You want to get dizzy? Okay, party.
Someone asked me today, we were in the smoke shop, and this guy's like, he's like, where are you guys from, man? And I'm like, oh, I just Colorado, right? Because we walk in, and he's like, oh, you're from Colorado, man? Like how's the altitude up there? I was thinking about going, and I was like, yeah, well, when I first moved, like, kind of affected me. I almost passed out. And he goes, oh man, I think I could handle it. And his other friend just goes, damn, that sounds like it fucking sucks. And I was just like, it kind of does. But the vibe changes. The East Coast, and I'm not a hater. I was actually talking to my friend Sam last night because he was in the Navy, and he lived in California for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, you will never lose that East Coast hate in your heart. You know what I mean? Like, that real deal. Like, and it's like, I'm shitting on Boston, but like, I respect Boston because they're haters.
Yeah.
And I'm a hater, and everybody up this way is a fucking hater. My friend said yesterday, he goes, I don't like anyone that's not from Florida. But you go to the West Coast and everyone's so like lax. There was like a car crash or something, and it's a one-way in, one-way out situation. So everybody's stuck, and these hillbillies, they're very nice hillbillies, good hillbillies. And me and Cassie's brother Dylan went over to them, and we're talking. And then there's these two French guys like in front of us, and they're just like, what we're talking about, because we're all talking about like how, like, if the cops don't get there soon, like, we're gonna have to step in, like, we're gonna do an arm chain and save these fucking guys. And just turn around, and they go, you guys are pretty fucking funny, and they jump in. So like, you kind of have that where people will just talk to you and have like real conversations with you. The problem, though, is, and it's this thing I'm trying to lose, because it's that East Coast hate. Mm-hmm. People are too close. They're too touchy. Mm-hmm. I literally pushed my arm out the other day because when someone was standing too close, I pushed them back. It's like, if someone's like getting too like friendly with you in Florida, do you ever feel like, what do you want? Like, what do you need?
Oh,
like,
for facts. But that's just me. I'm untrustworthy. I don't trust nobody. So the fact that
to us, like, that's like,
it kind of is, because it's like, don't talk to strangers. Like, if they're getting too close to you, they're gonna kidnap you or some bullshit like that.
In California and like Colorado, they're like, talk to strangers, get to know them.
No, you're completely right, and it's because of the weed. I kid you not. Because I remember when me and my friend first went to Denver. This was like a couple of years ago. First of all, the altitude ain't nothing to play about. I took my bitch ass to the mall, and I wanted to go to Ross, and I was just like, I need to get myself a new book bag because it broke. Mm-hmm. So none of the stores were hitting. So I was like, all right, let me look for something I can afford. Ross, Marshalls. So I looked at the map, and it said there was a Ross down the hill across the way, and it was right there. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh bitch, I could do that. I go down there. They're doing some construction shit on the road. So I'm like, okay, I can't walk through here. I have to go back up. I was hyperventilating like I was a smoker doing a triathlon going up this fucking hill. I don't know if I was breathing, if I was walking. I don't know what the fuck was happening, but I could feel myself slipping. Bitch, the altitude was on some bullshit. So I get to the top of where the fucking the mall's at, and my friend's just like, just call the driver to go pick you up, to bring you over there. I'm like, I'm not doing that because that's just so inconvenient. Like, this driver is probably sitting down doing nothing on his break, and the last thing I need to be doing is interrupting him. So I was like, no, I can just I'll be okay. I wasn't okay. Yeah. I died. So that was that. But to go back to it, later on that night, we went to a hookah spot, and this hookah spot was like on a main strip or whatever, and there was no parking. So the guy that was driving the car, we were just like going around, and we see this girl come out, and we're just like, maybe she's leaving. Let's ask. And he was like, excuse me, miss, are you leaving? This girl, hey, oh my God, yeah, do you need my parking spot? And we're just like, yes. Okay, cool, no problem. Give me a moment. Yeah. And it's just weird because in Orlando, people are fucking rude for absolutely no fucking reason. They will purposely see you looking for a parking spot and sit their bitch ass there for 20 extra minutes, even though they're leaving, just so you don't get their spot.
Someone did that to us yesterday. I was in Ketchikan, Alaska. I bought a joint.
The fuck are you doing in Ketchikan, Alaska?
Hanging out.
Hey, do you want to come to Alaska?
Yeah, dude.
Do you want to do some sled dogs?
Yeah, dude. I'm eating fucking elk burritos and shit. Who fucking knows?
These poor elks.
I know, it's wild. I see elk all the time in Colorado. I could never eat that shit again because they're my homies. I was like, this place is so pretty, but it's also kind of weird. We went to Pokehana, which is my favorite restaurant in Orlando.
Lauren took me there. That bitch
I put Lauren on. Like,
girl, she put me on. We went after a vintage market, and then she was like, "Do you guys want to try something different?" Yeah, and she took me to Pokehana's. I had the Poke Bowl.
Yes.
That bitch was so good. It's Hawaiian food, by the way, guys.
Yes, it's Hawaiian.
So if you're in Orlando, Pokehana's, it's like in Winter Park area, right?
It's on Orange, I think.
So good. It's like Lake Ivanhoe, someplace like that. So fucking good. Oh my God.
For me, Hawaiian food, like, kind of like, it jumped. Like, I had it before, and I was like, all right. And there's not a lot of good Hawaiian places in our Colorado, which sucks. There's not a lot of good food in Colorado.
Isn't like Mexican food big in Colorado?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I remember one time when we did go to the like restaurants in Colorado, we went to some place in like a downtown area. Their tequila was crisp as fuck. I don't know if it was this altitude thing that you were telling me about. He was telling me that when you're up that high, one drink is the same as two drinks if your body's not regulated to the altitude.
Alcohol is 2 to 1. Water is 1 to 2. So you have to, if you drink beer or something, you drink a beer, it's like drinking 2 beers. And if you drink water, you need to drink double the amount that you would normally drink.
That is weird, but amazing science. We took shots and it was crisp as fuck. So I think it was the altitude because it was like some Casamigos bullshit.
Yeah.
So I was like, this bitch is good. And then I had, I think like a margarita drink or whatever, and your girl was gone. Let's just say that Mexican food was hit in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know it sounds so stupid, but there's a Mexican restaurant near our house, and they have the fucking best bean and cheese burrito in the world.
Lauren was talking to me about some bullshit about that.
I love bean and cheese burritos if they're good.
I'm just like, ew.
I don't know what it is. They get this like, they got the tomatillo and this like red hot sauce, and it's just like, I could eat 5. It was a Mexican, like, it was a gas station, but they had Mexican candy, and it was like owned by like a Mexican family. And I would get the chamoy tajin candies.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I lived on that. Like, it was so bad I was gonna get diabetes. Like, I was eating like 4 bags a day. Yeah, I love Mexican candy. It's so fucking good. You want to know my like terrible take that if this goes viral, everybody will hate?
What?
I don't like carne asada that much. I know. I love a good skirt steak from a great Cuban restaurant, but I get like a carne asada burrito. I'm like, I don't know if I fuck with this.
You
like,
fucked up on the burrito. You're not supposed to get that as a burrito.
Just tacos?
Yes.
I do like it more in the tacos, especially corn tortillas, the double tortilla. That's what the fuck I'm talking
like,
about.
if you put it in a fucking burrito, it's like smothered and the juices are like soggy. And that's just disgusting. Lauren is so country.
Yeah.
Me and her, we went to this place called Twisted Biscuit, and she was gassed that these people had fried green tomatoes. And she was like, oh my God, they have fried green tomatoes. I'm like, your point? What am I supposed to get from this?
Can I tell you a Lauren story?
Yeah.
Because you were talking about Colorado and like the altitude, and I was like, I got a Lauren story about that. Me and Lauren are best friends. I, at that time, did not understand the altitude. And I started drinking.
Y'all got fucked up.
I got fucked up. Thankfully, we're at the hotel.
Oh,
so
thank
that was
God.
good. So me and her, I get too drunk. I black out. I pass out on the ground, right? Apparently, she grabbed me by the shirt and she goes, we're from fucking Florida. You don't fucking do that here. Get up now. Like, you're not gonna make me look like a fucking fool. And she like pulled me up and she shoved me forward and like she's like, go. Get back in the room. You're not gonna make me look like an idiot. Like, go. She like sobered me up. Like I was like, I'm back. Like, you know, like, and she was right. No sloppiness in this house. Like we don't eat sloppy joes. We eat burgers. Like, you know what I mean? Like keep
we
it
are
tight.
not those people. Get your shit together. That sounds so much like her, but I'm shocked that she was the sober one out of all y'all. I love you, Lauren, but I'm just so shocked. Oh my God.
She gets so fucked. I was telling her, I was like, we don't want you to get, last night I was like, we don't want to get you too drunk, and she's like, why not? I was like, because you get punchy.
Straight want to fight.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to like hold you back, you know.
Right?
Like it's my birthday, you can go punch someone on a different day.
Oh my God.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're in Florida.
Yeah.
This shit wouldn't fly in Colorado. No.
You can't be that. Yeah, I knew a guy in Colorado. He was from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh God, that was your best friend, wasn't it?
He is fuck yeah, it was. Yeah, he was. And he would say he for people. What we say things here, the minor inconvenience, and I'm sure you know I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And that's just like a minor inconvenience. That's like a Florida like nomenclature, I guess, that doesn't translate well. So I had said something like that, like I spilled a drink. I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And he starts laughing, and he goes, "Dude, you're the first person that said that to me." And that I know that doesn't mean shit. You're not going to go home and fucking be crazy. Like, and I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I say shit all the time too. And I say it out here and everyone gives me like are you okay? Are you doing all right?
They want to Baker act your bitch ass real fucking quick.
They don't know what Baker acting is. I learned that. Yeah, I was talking to someone about that and they were like, what's that? And then I had to try to explain to her.
Is that a Florida thing?
Yes. It's based after someone.
Baker act's a Florida thing?
Yeah. It's named after someone's, something Baker. It's her name. She like died because like, I can't remember, but something with 72 hours and her dying. That it's exclusively to Florida.
Oh my God.
Isn't that weird?
I thought that was a national thing.
Nope.
That's the joke I do to my friend all the time. I'm like, oop, I'm going to Baker act you. Like, oh my God.
Well, the crazy thing about it too is like, if the
By the way, for anyone who needs context, Baker act is basically if you make the subliminal message to your doctors, to any family member who loves you, that you're going to kill yourself, don't mention depression at a doctor's office because they're going to think you're going to harm yourself and they're going to Baker act you. And what that means...
Or even ODing. If
yeah.
you OD,
like
they'll send you right to the psych ward.
Self-harm, anything like that. They have the legal right to just take you from the doctor's office or anywhere you're at and commit you for 72 hours. And if you've ever been committed or you haven't been committed, you're basically cut off from the world. No one knows what the fuck happened to you. Unless your doctor office or whoever Baker acted you calls your family members, let you know. Yeah. So that's what Baker act means. It means you are held against your will because they think it's best for your health to be in a psych ward for 72 hours. That's what Baker act means, by the way.
Yeah, it's very wild because you start to, when you hear that other states don't do it.
That's wild. I'm so shocked that's a Florida thing. I thought that was a U.S. thing. I kid you not.
It makes more sense when you hear it as it is just a Florida thing, right? Though, because it's just like, yeah, you're going in, we're throwing away the key, fuck off. You know what I mean? And then, and look, like as someone that has been in that scenario once before,
they Baker acted you?
I got Baker acted once, yeah, and it was like the least productive thing that could have happened in that scenario.
Yeah.
It was like they don't care about helping these people. And luckily I kind of schmoozed my way out because they were like, they kept saying like, oh, I guess you don't belong here. Like you're actually not supposed to be here. Like you just said the wrong thing at the wrong time. You shouldn't be here. And I got out like, I think like 48 hours, but like there were people in there that were like told it was 72 hours and it was like 3 weeks later. It's not beneficial. In any regard, they're not helping you. They're taking away every sharp utensil that you have for 72 hours and then throwing you back out.
I think it's literally they're stripping your humanity.
Absolutely.
Because I remember a friend, she got Baker acted, and the way this came about, I was shocked. She went to her doctor's office and they ask you these questions. They give you a form to measure your level of depression. And they came around to ask, have you ever thought of harming yourself? And she was frank to her doctor. She was like, yeah, I thought about harming myself all the time when I was a kid, but I don't have those thoughts anymore. The only thing the doctor heard was yes. And she literally excused herself, called the police, did Baker Act. I don't know what the procedures are, but she did it. And the police came to escort my friend out of the doctor's office and straight to a facility.
And it was the same thing for me too, where it was like, have you thought about harming yourself? Yeah, I think I did something stupid like 6 months ago. Oh, okay, we don't think that you're a harm to yourself. And then like, hey, we're gonna have to take your phone, your keys, and your wallet, and we're gonna put it back and give it back to you in 72 hours.
It's disgusting because I asked her, I was like, well, how was that? And she was like, I didn't eat, I didn't take a shower,
Yeah,
I didn't do
days.
anything for the 2 days that she was there, and no one knew. Her parents didn't know because here in the world of HIPAA law, you cannot get any type of information from a healthcare facility if you're not the patient, or if the patient hasn't signed a waiver for them to release their information. So her parents didn't know what the fuck was happening. Her job didn't know what the fuck was happening. Thankfully, she like wasn't working during that time. But it's just like, so what happened to you? There's just like nothing. She was diabetic. They didn't give her insulin.
Yeah, they don't give you shit. People had like, there was this one kid tweaking out because he smoked, and they wouldn't give him nicotine patches, and he was like literally like picking at his fucking nails and shit. I'll tell you a funny story though, to kind of lighten this up. I had made friends because you gotta make friends because you have. I mean,
you gotta keep sanity.
Yeah, there's no music, there's no fun. So
I would die there.
Oh my!
Oh my goodness!
I got really good at basketball. That was the only thing they let me do. I would
literally
just shoot hoops for 6 hours.
I talked to myself. My bitch ass will be having comedy sessions. Don't fucking try me.
Oh no!
Bitch.
I was like, I treated it like prison. Like I just figured like. Oh god. Anyway,
you're pumping iron.
Yeah, I was shooting hoops. Like I was like, "Who want to play me?" Like
you're over here trying to make a shiv. Like, bitch, let's get fucking started.
You're like yo, D up. I'm playing like this 5'3" girl that just like doesn't want to be here anymore.
Imagine layups, and you're like 3 shots.
I'm like backing up on her, and just like like D up, you know. So we
you're weak.
Yeah, bitch. No.
What's up?
Yeah, like don't play with me. Like so it's like
I'll destroy you.
I finally get the green light. They say I'm gonna leave that day.
They be lying too.
Yeah, they be lying. So I had made friends with 2 ex-cons,
party
buddies, and we would talk about I learned how to play spades. Yeah, I had fun. Like I
was invited to the cookout. Let's just say that
shit. So I'm hanging with my bros and like.
Oh shit!
So we're only allowed 2 people to a table in the kitchen, right? And we got Swedish meatballs and mashed potatoes. I haven't eaten in 48 hours.
Ooh.
Like I'm starving. It's like prison food. And so I get the green light. It's like, okay, I know I'm going home today at 5 p.m. They told me I'm going home at 5 p.m. I signed the papers. We're clear. And I finally get that knot out of my stomach, and I can finally eat something. Again, I haven't eaten 48 hours, so yeah, Swedish meatballs sound pretty fucking good right now.
Delicious.
So I scarf it down, and we're sitting in the common area afterwards, and everyone's talking like, did you see what was for lunch today? That shit was fucking gross. That was disgusting. And I go, yeah, it's totally. And the guy that was sitting next to me, he goes, man, why the fuck you lying? You were fucking that shit up. And I'm just like, I've been to IKEA. I like it.
I'm dying. The fuck? You got me starved. I'm going to eat anything. You're literally that person who's like, can I speak to the server? I don't like my food.
Yeah, my shit's not medium rare. What the fuck?
And they look at it as an empty, licked up plate and like, bitch.
So, about 5 of us, we go to Keke's. You fuck with Keke's? I fuck with Keke's.
I fuck with Keke's. Keke's is fucking good. Expensive, but good.
Yeah, I paid $30 for 2 eggs, hash browns, rye toast, because you gotta get rye toast, and bacon.
You gotta get the home fries loaded.
I told you I wasn't kosher. I fucking eat bacon. Yeah, like
I bitch be feeling bushy, but go on.
That's how I feel going to Keke's. I was like, you want to go to Waffle House? You want to go to Apple? I'm like, I'm feeling a little bit like, let's step it up to like Keke's level.
Right? Fuck a Denny's.
Yeah, fuck a Denny's. Denny's is racist.
Fuck IHOP too.
Yeah, it's only Waffle House and Keke's. Waffle House at 2 a.m., Keke's at 11 a.m. That's how we roll.
That's your intervals, bitch.
Yeah,
Don't
like-
be trying on me no bullshit with the McDonald's. The fuck?
Yeah.
With
whoa,
Denny's.
whoa. You get a ham, egg, and cheese from McDonald's on the right day with the salsa picante.
Nah, I get the Egg
Pasta
McMuffin.
too. Oh, yeah, I get the Egg McMuffin and the ham.
Egg McMuffin with my little janky ass orange juice. I gotta get the orange juice.
Oh, I get the coffee and the hash brown. But do you get the, is it picante? The like hot, the salsa they have?
He doesn't listen to me. I don't eat spice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gringa. I don't do none of that. That shit hurts. Fucking Takis is burning up my fucking mouth right now.
So we're in this Keke's, right?
Okay, Keke's.
There's a guy behind us. There's like a family behind us, and we order. Everything's all good, Everyone's just waiting.
Everything's
food.
kosher.
You just hear somebody hit the ground, and then he's like seizing, and like right behind us, like literally the booth behind us. We were the ones that called the paramedics, and like he's like seizing up, and we met this woman outside. She was his daughter-in-law. Yes,
Okay.
she was wearing a shirt that on the back literally it said something like fall on the ground, smack, like your body tenses up, like you shake. It was like this weird like poem. And I was like, why the fuck is that exactly what just happened?
Yeah.
That's really freaky, right?
It is.
And then so it's 10 a.m. and I'm just watching a dude seize out. My friend is an animal nurse. And
that's nothing to do with
she just didn't give a fuck. She was like, I've seen this so many times that like it doesn't faze me, and I'm just sitting there like
that would sit with me.
it sat with me. I was like, this is very weird, and I mean not weird. It was sad, like, but.
All right, guys. Well, that brings us to an end. Thank Noah for coming and thank their partner Cassie. Thank you so much for my beautiful album cover. I'm gonna download all the songs that are on here because I'm so boring. I ain't got a record album. You'll be seeing this on the next pod.
That's fucking
but
awesome.
Everyone, thank Noah for coming and for being a lovely guest with the beautiful stories. Before we end, please, if you are watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, hit that notification bell. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers because your bitch is trying to get monetized. She's trying to quit her corporate job because she's trying to say fuck these hoes, but I can't do that without you. So help me out to help you out to let me do this full time. And if you're listening on the audio, please, anywhere you get your podcast, hit that follow, subscribe, listen to me. I'm here to bless your ears. I'm here for you. Bless me. Thank you.
Bless her.
Other than that, anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
I came here with a very stained t-shirt, and I'd like to give a special shout out to Stasio's Italian Deli in Orlando, Florida, for hooking me up with this crew neck. I only had to pay the amount that it cost. They got a great chicken sandwich with a broccoli raw. Check it out if you're in the area, and if not, then you're not from Florida and you can go fuck yourself.
Boom. That's it. Well, dos vidania. Bye.